So a 4-ounce bottle usually lasts me about a week, sometimes a little bit more depending on what's going on. And I will swap it out with either just sunflower oil with essential oils, just sunflower oil, or I use a specific oil. So lately I've actually been using this ashwagandha bala oil, which I'll tell you more about later. But there are specific dosha oils too, which can be a great way to bring yourself that extra balance. And you're starting your day off with that, you know? So it's like, boom. Okay, so here's what we do. Since my face and hair are not going to be a part of this, what I do is I just take like a couple pumps and I get it in my hands, and I like to double my arms at the same time. So I get this arm a little and this arm a little. And the reason I do that is because I don't always shower afterwards. And I'll talk more about that in a little bit. Okay, so I do kind of like this wringing to get it all rubbed in. So I'm kind of doing one at a time. Now, in traditional massage, you're massaging towards your heart. Now, if you're receiving a true Abhyanga, the Abhyanga treatment follows Apanavayu, which is the downward motion. And in that, you're going to be massaging everything down and out, okay? So I really recommend listening to your body and what feels right for you. For me, most often when I'm doing this just as a daily ritual, I like massaging towards my heart versus when I'm really needing like an Abhyanga treatment. That's when I want to have that down and out, super grounding Apanavayu sensation. So for me, I'm really just nurturing my tissues even. Like this kind of thing, like even just think of your muscles under here. Like you're giving yourself a massage every day, right? So that's making everything nice and soft and juicy and supple. Okay, so again, now I switch to this arm. And I'm just kind of, I have excessive oil here too. And so I'm also distributing the oil so that I get it on all of my skin. But again, if you have like tense spots, you can like address those. And I like to get behind my arms like this to get the triceps. Okay, so I do my arms, all right? Then I get more oil. Now, I traditionally will go to my sacrum here and get all this, but since I have some new ink, I'm not going to do that so much. So I get here and go up and then use the rest of the oil on my belly, okay? And then I'm going to sit here and, I'm getting all my low back massaged. It's weird. I just don't really know exactly where it starts. And now I am unique and I have pretty long arms, so I reach all the way back and I get my shoulder blades. In between my shoulder blades, really. And then I get my belly, and you always want to be doing a clockwise motion. So even if you look down and this was 12 and this is 6, it's still clockwise, no matter which way you're facing. And that helps with your digestion. And, you feel yourself. Like this is, give you an opportunity to like really feel what's going on in your body as well. So it can feel like if you have any sort of constipation or if you're having like some adhesions or things stuck here, so you're like breathing like this and your diaphragm's kind of stuck instead of breathing into your belly, you can kind of feel all of that out. And then I do my legs, and for today I'm just going to do this leg here. So, if you have, if you're not super stable, you can sit on like a toilet if you're in your bathroom, which is where I generally do my morning routine. Or, if you're stable, you can just use one leg and you can prop this one on the toilet or on the side of the bathtub or on a stool. I have all those things. So again, then I get some oil here, I get some oil down here. And one thing that I really like about this is so often we really neglect or kind of like disconnect from our lower body sometimes. And so it's really nice to like establish that kind of a connection and feel, and if you're like a runner or you do a lot of exercise in any fashion, you know, you'll feel where all of that is tense. And then for me too, like I really like to actually then straighten my leg, and I get my hamstrings really well. And then you bring it up. And of course you can incorporate your bum as much as you want to, because, you know, generally you're probably not just wearing a swimsuit. So you can get anywhere however you want that feels good for you as well. But just doing this simple act every morning has like the power to completely transform your life. And it seems so simple, and it is so simple. But just like really honoring and respecting your body and giving it that kind of fleshing and love and attention feels really good. Now you have oil on your body. So I have clothes that I put back on that are like my oil clothes. You can do that, or some people just leave it on for like 15 minutes and then they jump in the shower. Of course, if you at all do incorporate your feet, I didn't incorporate my feet in this demo because a lot of times I do skip them, or I do them later before I put my socks on. You know, you just have to be mindful if you're stepping into the shower if your feet are oily so that you don't slip. Another thing you could do is just, you know, get some soap on there and rinse them off before you get in. Otherwise, a lot of people like to rinse off, and then other people will just go about their day as is. So it really just kind of depends on what feels right for you. On, you know, if you're like the I have to shower every morning kind of a person, or if you're more just like I want to be able to get going with my day. And so I'll just put on some oil clothes just to make sure that my nice clothes or my work clothes or anything like that don't get too saturated with oil, because even if you come in for a treatment too, like you're just extra oily. And the way I demoed this was to really rub a lot of it in, because that's how I like to do it. So that way it is just like in there and soaked up, and I don't have to worry so much about being super oily. So with that, this week's special is going to be 30% off of our Banyan body oils. So as I was talking about, I generally use sunflower oil a lot. Sesame is another common one to be used a lot, especially just in Ayurvedic medicine. It's a very common oil. I did go ahead and add over here the castor oil and the neem oil. Castor oil is really great for doing castor oil packs if you have digestion problems, or if you have any sort of menstrual issues or anything like that. It's also really great to put on your feet. It's super emollient, so especially as we come close to wintertime, it can be really nice to put on your feet and then put some warm socks on and just let it make your feet all soft. And it also has the power to draw out a lot of toxins. So again, if you're doing that, it might be something where you'd want to wash it off a little bit later, especially if you start feeling yucky at all. Neem oil, this one I normally go all crazy about in the summertime because it draws out excessive heat, but it is also just really great for your skin. So this is a great like face oil. And or again, like if you had like a sunburn or anything like that, it's been something I've really liked. Or if you have excessive heat, if you're a very pitta person, it's a good one. Otherwise, we have the specific doshas, which is Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. And again, if you don't know your dosha, you could take the quiz on our website, moorheadmassage.com. You can click on Ayurvedic Services. I believe the quiz is on there, or I know it's under the aromatherapy tab as well, because I incorporate all of the Ayurvedic things for when I do aromatherapy consults. And then, as I mentioned before, I was using the ashwagandha bala oil. And so this one has been neat. It was new to me. I haven't played with it much, and I've now used like one of these 4-ounce bottles, and I really, really, really liked it. So ashwagandha is known to be very like rejuvenating as well as very soothing for our nervous system. And then the bala translates to strength. So this is a really great one if you're feeling like your muscles are needing more strength, and just like your body, mind, and spirit even needs like that soothing, but it also wants that strengthening. So this one is one that's also like touted for like the young, where their muscles and everything are developing, or the old or elderly as well, if they're in any sort of deterioration mode. But I really liked using it. It made me feel just very peaceful and strong at the same time, like per its title, basically. And then the Mahanarayan oil, which is another great one, especially if you're really athletic, because it's really great for the muscles and the joints. So this is another fabulous oil. So that is our deal for the week. So those will all be 30% off if you want to come in and grab some of those. And if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, feel free to put them on here, or you can always email me or anything like that. And I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I hope you like this demo. And I also hope that you start incorporating it into your life, because it's really hard to explain, even just in this one thing, how much it really transformed like my life, and how much it transforms a lot of women postpartum. But it's not just for women, you know. It really just is a powerful ritual and act that you can do for yourself. And so I hope you do it. All right, bye.